I am absolutely thrilled to be in studio with Jan right now to talk about this very, very exciting new project coming to you from Primedia Studios, which is available to view on Primedia Plus. Make sure that you are heading there. Yan Voyage, Italy. Well, that's a bit exciting, isn't it?
It is, and it's especially that it's first on your platform.
It's so exciting. I should say buongiorno. Should I say
Buongiorno.
that? Buongiorno.
Let's say goeiedag and then buongiorno.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to tell us how this came about. Obviously, we're familiar with the Yan Voyage series and other areas of work, but this as a first in terms of something we can view and watch on our platform, obviously.
We've had quite a few shows before, and it felt almost like a natural step to do something that's, first of all, free to watch for everyone. And I think that's Primedia's best space at the moment. The Voyage it's me traveling with my dog and kind of going behind the scenes of traveling, eating and putting those memories on a plate afterwards. So it's uncut, it's very real. There's a lot of South African vibes happening in between.
Okay.
So it's not all buongiorno.
Yeah.
But it's mostly about making people sit in their armchair travel. And that's what it is. It's just like traveling in your living room.
A little bit disappointed that the dog's not here today, if I'm entirely
She's
honest.
in France. Mademoiselle. She's getting a
Mademoiselle
haircut in Paris.
She's in Paris, darling. How does this series then differ perhaps from previous work that you've done, stuff that we can see on your own platforms, the cookbooks, all of that sort of stuff? How do you make this a little bit different? Give us something else, a little different flavour.
It's, to do these shows, it takes so many crew and pre-production, and it takes like a machine. And what we've done is we've taken a few cameras, two, myself and my dog.
Wow.
And we've literally gone off the map. So imagine staying at all the type of accommodations you can in one country. Now I'm talking about a youth hostel. So walking in, finding a pair of young underwear and a bed that's not made up. And then the next night you sleep in a 5-star hotel, which they can't do your laundry because they're too busy. And then you just wash it yourself in the bath like a kind of South African would.
Yeah.
From Airbnbs to tents. So you cover all of that, and then it's real and uncut. And then you eat street food, Michelin, it's covering all of the aspects of travel, how the Italians would do it, really.
You are obviously very familiar with Italy, obviously.
Well, not always. I kind of learned my way as we went.
But certainly more familiar than perhaps the majority of the people who might watch this.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, I've been once to Florence and would move there and became this entirely romanticised version of myself, but once in a small part. How do you decide in a country of such culinary size where and how and what?
We mapped it out into 7 different cities, so starting from the north to the south. And as we went, we would literally just book an Airbnb on the way.
As you went?
As we went, the night. And then
So
the content that you get from that, you arrive at this crazy Italian family. It's Celine Dion karaoke on the side and Mama's cooking on the left. It is just chaos, and it's beautiful footage. And having that meal together, and then at the end of the series, I go back to my kitchen and I combine all these memories, and we kind of design new dishes. And it's very soulful, and almost say you just escape.
Yeah.
It feels like you're with me. And Elizabeth is sexy as well, so that helps.
There's something very South African, or maybe I should say there's something very Italian, I don't know, about the way that we interact with food. And I'm saying that because it's Yan Voyage, Italy, but I'm sure I could probably pick anywhere in the world because we always talk about the kitchen being the heart of the family. But I think particularly Italy is a brilliant example of that, and the familial and the comfort and the food as love. So when you're in...
So close to South Africa.
So close to South Africa. Speak to that a bit.
and I think that was my first choice.
Right.
Is to not choose a country like, which we will do. Next season would be Japan or
Wow.
France, or we'll come back to South Africa.
Yeah.
And do this show the way we do it. Yeah.
You said next season, folks.
Oh, did I just spill the beans? The cannelli beans. Yeah, it's about that family grouping and the time it takes to make food. I find that really sexy in a way, is that people can still be loud and unapologetic, and not pretentious and kind of trying to, I don't know, cover up something with it's just cheap red wine with a beautiful little bit of sauce, a spoon of sauce, and then just pasta.
Yeah.
And 4 hours later they'll still eat the same plate. And it's so much conversation. It's very South African in a way.
There's something very interesting about eating Italian food in Italy versus eating. I mean, you could say that of anywhere,
Exactly,
because they just call it food.
People buy stuff there and they bring it back, and then it never tastes the same, right?
Right.
It's when you're there, it just tastes different.
Yeah, my experience of a tomato sauce, a marinara sauce, in a private restaurant. When I say private, not because it was la-di-da, but because it was just someone's home that they opened to people, was very, very different to some of the food I've eaten in some of the top Italian restaurants all over the world.
They get it right, and they also get it wrong, because I think the world has created a perspective, like a idea of what Italy should look like. Like it's Czech tablecloths and candles. It's not. It's fluorescent lights, and they don't speak a word of English, and they don't care.
Yeah.
And it's not about 100 different types of pastas. It's simplicity. And then you go and you actually, there's one episode where we went to Parma, and we went to see where they actually hang all these prosciutto and Parma hams, which is 100 years old, and it's all matured for kings and queens, and of course Elizabeth tasting and licking some of them illegally. So it's stuff like that, that's it's really underground, behind the scenes.
I wonder, when you are away from South Africa and the label of the first South African to earn a Michelin-star, does that fall away to a degree? Do you become another, I don't want to say tourist, but do you
You're
shed
good. You're so good. You're the first person asking me that.
Do you shed some of those layers?
Yeah, I think that's why Italy is.
When you furrowed your brow, then there was a bit of Ramsay that came in. We were talking before we came on air about the various celebrities and terribly attractive men that Jan looks like. Top of the list, I should just say, was who did we say it was? Kenneth Branagh. He's gone red now.
I've heard that before.
And then Ewan McGregor, and then he volunteered.
I was like Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt kind of vibes.
But when you furrowed your brow, then there was a bit of Ramsay. I interrupted. Go ahead. You shed some of the
Italy is so close to France, and when we got the star 11 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
It's that long ago, and it's still hanging on the wall.
And it's been a burden around your neck ever since.
It has been, and it's not that bad. But the moment you cross the border, Italy felt like it's a zero. It's a safe space, and I think that's when my love for Italy grew so fast and so furiously.
Yeah.
And I started learning the language and tried to get really to know some people there. So it is escapism for me as well. It's the non-perfection that happens there. I fly over when I come back to SA. I just take boerewors with me. You freeze it and you wrap it up in newspaper. And I would literally go to Italy and just buy boerewors.
Sure.
And it's like freedom, like nothing can explain that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the Michelin star is. It's been a long ride, and it's still very intense. Every year assessed. February we know, do we have it still or do we lose it? So it's a constant. So these are my little escapes.
But tell me, Jan, is it? Does the pressure of are we, aren't we, come from a personal, like, is that something that Jan goes to bed, it closes his eyes and think, well, or is it a professional thing and that is tacked on to your career and money and revenue and which of those, or is it both?
I think if you
Like,
do,
who cares?
If you no, I think it's a good question because there's one question people constantly ask me, and I just wish I can clear the air. People's like, how do you get to do so much? You know, don't you feel you're going to drop the ball somewhere?
Sure.
And I hate it when people ask me that
Yeah.
because it doesn't even feel like I'm working every day,
Right.
and I've got so much going on, but it's just living, like it's going, it's
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
you know, and it's. I don't know. I'm maybe blessed, and yes, I did not grow up with privileged kind of full on circumstances, but
Yeah.
there's so much that if you live it and it just comes to you. There's an energy that you pull
agree.
and pull people around you. So yeah, it's and it turns into business, and before you know it, you have a big team and a fabulous TV show.
Which we're talking about. We are absolutely thrilled to be, as part of Primedia, the sort of driving force behind Yan Voyage Italy. It's just this exquisite 6-part series, an original series, which you can catch for free, gratis.
Gratissimo.
Gratissimo.
That's right.
Is that right? We're just making up words here. That's my approach to Afrikaans. I just add "g" to the beginning of everything, and that's me speaking Afrikaans. It's available on Prime Media Plus. Please do go and check it out. Are you a fan of this type of content? Because that's the word. In my day, we would have just said TV or whatever, but it's not TV, so it's this. So we call it content now. Are you a fan? Is this your thing?
Yeah, I think, being able to download something and it's like podcasts, all right? You kind of just throw yourself into it, and the next thing you know, you can binge watch 6 episodes or 4 while doing something else. And this is exactly what that is. Although you're going to burn yourself or cut your finger off while doing something else because you're going to focus on the screen. But I think it can go with you anywhere. It's not that thing that's designed for a 8:00 one
Scheduled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it becomes your pocket companion almost.
Yeah.
A little bit of an inspiration.
Do you have a favourite episode in the series?
I would say the last one is where I go back to my kitchen and take all of it and then just create these really aesthetic, almost Michelin level dishes, and reflect on what happened and how it made me feel to have a picnic in Rome, or to drive a little Fiat 500 and get 5 speed fines, or eating ice cream and drop it on your dog, or just like there's so much moments, so many of them that you kind of bring together at the end with food. So I would say the last one is my favorite.
What is you mentioned that people have this idea and say, oh, how do you find the time and how do you and the energy and potential burnout?
Please don't ask me that question.
So, no, I absolutely won't. But I wonder then, what is your favourite type of day looks like what? Talking to you, Sara-Jayne, that's my favourite type of day.
We work late normally.
Yeah.
So I normally start physically work and get up at 9.
Okay.
Like nothing before 9. The team, there's an hour difference between France and South Africa. So there's a little bit of not always, but in summer and winter. I think it's jumping on a Teams call, running with a new project, being in the kitchen, mentoring a few hours, and then move into the office, into the business side. And then I think the best or the fun part is to go to the restaurants and to actually, my grandmother always had this cool thing. She said she never cooks for strangers. And I always make a point of it to just meet everyone. And it sounds a lot, but we've got 20 guests at Yan. So it's not just touching them on their shoulder or what's your name, where you're from. It's that little, and it's so interesting to meet these new people. And then I try to go for a little run, take Lizzie for a little walks, and then it's restaurant. Yeah. So it changes constantly.
I'm going to pick up on a little nugget that you dropped earlier, which I hope this makes the final edit, because he maybe wasn't supposed to tell us this, but I'm going to pull on that thread anyway. You mentioned other series. So we've done Italy. You mentioned Japan.
I just recently been, and I think it's a foodie heaven.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I haven't. But I was speaking to a fellow chef, Peter, who is obviously doing the things here in CapeTalk.
Traveling a lot
what a
there.
fabulous guy. And I mean, his love of...
Yeah.
Well,
they brought it to CapeTalk.
They brought it here and are doing phenomenally well. And it's always made me think, I've got to get there. As a foodie, that's where I want to be.
Anthony Bourdain said, if you can ask any chef in the world, doesn't matter from Michelin-star to comfort or fine dine, whatever, where in the world they would go to have their last meal, it would be Japan.
That is remarkable.
So, I mean, it put all the kind of sidelines of how the perfection and the cleanliness and everything is over the top. But the food is the fresh and the simplicity of it. And to harvest wasabi yourself and to just chew it while you have Kobe beef, you know, like that type of stuff. And it's like an alien world.
Yeah.
It's so strange. It's so new to us.
It's so far removed.
It is. I mean, there's a few
it's like you're having
English
food
signs.
on planet Mars. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to go there and to discover that, I think that would definitely be. Are we talking about a second series?
I mean, listen, far be it from me to drop
we
anything
need
that we're not going to.
viewership. That's what we do to get there.
I'm confident you're going to have it. Again, if you are just joining us, we are talking about Yan Voyage Italy. It's produced by Brainwave Productions and lavished and Primedia Studios. You can catch it at Prime Media Plus. Just go to our website or the app and enjoy. I wonder if there is, from you, a sense of when you come back. Do you miss home?
So much.
Do you?
So much.
So when you do a project like this, is there a sense of a reconnection with home?
Yeah, there's always, again, I'm feeling kind of lonely with pop and sauce.
I love that.
So it's constant. I mean, that's what Jan does. That's what our brand and what we do is we always tell the world of who we are. And that's why I think the last episode is so much fun, because the viewers can actually see, yes, they had an artichoke at this in Naples, but what did Jan put on the pizza in his South African way? So we give it that like a home touch. I think always. That's one of our values.
Folks, make sure that you don't sleep on this one. It is Yan Voyage Italy, the first original production in the Primedia Studios stable. You can catch it at primediaplus.com and on the app. Not bon appetit. That's French. What do we say in Italy?
Buon appetito.
Bon appetito. Jan, thank you. What a pleasure it's been.
Pleasure is mine.